Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Hey, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries. Anytime now, you just mentioned, we'll just get started now. You just mentioned recording the new album. Tell us
Yes,
more.
the 10th record. It's very special for us, to be able to have 10 records, is crazy, looking back on everything. So I was really excited to get to this effort, and it's a great record. Uh, and I know I'm saying that because we just recorded it, but it's really good. I think people are gonna really love it. And yeah, that'll be coming next year, sometime probably beginning of summer.
Mm. How's Hellbound going?
Hellbound is great. We completed 236 shows since June 1st of its release of last year, 2021, and still going. About to come see you guys, and that'll be pretty much the end of it until March, and then we'll get back on the road here in the States in March.
Is my memory correct? Did you record Hellbound down in Nashville as well?
Yeah, we did. Same place at
Yeah,
Round Hill Music, which is our record label,
yeah, right.
with Marty Fredrickson as our producer.
Not a bad name to have on the
No,
record sleeve. Hey,
no.
you mentioned pretty heavy touring. It's quite amazing that you've got that many shows in support of it with the way things are these days.
Yeah, it's kind of the normal for us to do that many shows on a record cycle. But yes, there was a lot of navigating through the pandemic and the COVID protocol and all the stuff that comes with it. We had some situations along the way, but we just got through it like everybody else has had to do. That are out there doing it.
Yeah. Now, 10th record coming up, as you mentioned. Not too many bands get to release 10 albums, so that's an achievement in itself. Um, Looking back, say you had all those years back and you were just starting out now, would you do anything differently? How do you reckon you'd get on?
There's so much I would do differently, but like you know, yeah, I mean that would be a laundry list, But listen, you go through stuff for a reason. It's all a learning process, life, and it's a journey, not a destination, right? So
Very good.
it is what it is. But yeah, if I had the knowledge that I have today, and then I could apply it, at the beginning of all this, I would have done everything differently. Of course, I think most people would say that.
Hmm. It's a journey, not a destination. I like that one. Been a while
Yes,
since
sir.
I've been a while since I've heard that one. Right. What's your memories of your last tour of Australia? That was fun, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was also exhausting as well, because you guys don't allow people to sleep in moving vehicles there, so we couldn't have a tour. We couldn't have a tour bus, which is really important, because we can be done with a show and go to sleep and not have to go to the hotel, wake up super early, and take a plane to the next situation, and then be on stage that night. So other than kind of the grueling process of being in Australia, the shows were unreal because you guys have a real passion for rock and roll there, that we don't feel in the United States, that we don't feel in a lot of places we go, so we can feel that. We've been on a lot of stages in a lot of places. So when we come there, it's like rowdy and crazy. And like you put that together with Buckcherry, and it's just like bananas. It's like an Animal House every night.
When touring bands come over, I always look at their schedule. You've at least got a day off somewhere along the line.
Yep.
Are you getting here a day or two early, at least, to give yourself a bit of time to unwind?
No, I don't think so, because, you know, it's a budget concern too. You don't want
Mm,
to have everybody just grounded sitting around and paying for them all. It's all that is, you have to take into consideration. And plus, like, when we fly all that way, we just want to get into the rhythm of, clicking off shows, because you have jet lag, you have all kinds of other things. So the quicker that you get into a schedule, the better it is for us.
Are you going to be doing any sightseeing at all? Are you going to the zoo? Are you going to pat a kangaroo? What
I
are
would
you
love
doing?
to do that. I love animals, and I love wildlife, and it's always been one of my things that I've wanted to do in Australia, was to go on like a safari into the bush, and that's something I've never had the opportunity to do, because, like I said, the schedule is so grueling that
Mm,
by the
mm.
time you do have a day off, you're usually traveling on that day off, and then you get to your hotel room and you're just like, I don't want to do anything except get some food and just relax, before the next show.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it? We hit you pretty hard when bands come down here. They got to rattle off shows one after the other,
Yeah,
and then they're gone.
yeah. Then we're out of there. Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are on the plane, like going home, saying, what the fuck just happened?
We do that way. That's exactly what we say. We're like,
Mm.
fuck, that was quick, and now we're stuck in this plane for 11 hours or 13 hours.
It's a fucking long flight, isn't it? Eh?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, but we're used to that kind of weirdness. Like, one time we flew all the way to Japan for one show, and then flew all the
Yeah.
way home. It was like, this is crazy.
With more bands getting out on the road now, are you running into venue shortages, like having to work around more bands than you may have had to in the past? Because the reason I ask that is we're getting that here. We've got international tours like one after the other here, and there was
Right.
one recently where a band came. It was organized pretty late in the day, and there were none of the major regular venues to play, so they had to
Right.
play in another area, which was quite odd, and that was because of a venue shortage, because of all these
Right.
bands hitting us now. Are you finding that at all?
No, we haven't found that in the States or Canada. No, but I do know that this Australian tour has been rescheduled. Like, I want to say 2 times or 3 times because of COVID, and like,
Mm,
so maybe that's what you're experiencing. There's all these bands that are having
mm,
to
mm,
to do their shows that they scheduled way before,
mm, mm.
this year, and then you have all the people, hitting the touring market this year. So that's probably why it's so crazy there. I don't know, but yeah, it's been a very interesting way of things, navigating through all the pandemic stuff.
Is the band lineup still the same this time as for last time?
Yeah, everything's the same. Billy Rowe on guitar, Stevie D, Kelly Lemieux, and Francis Ruiz on the
Excellent.
drum.
Hey, I always ask everybody what's the funniest thing that's happened on tour. And when I asked Stevie last time I spoke to him, I got an answer that was a little bit too risque. So would you mind having a think, coming up with something? Just keep in mind this is a family show.
Oh, wow.
Any
Yeah, it would be very hard.
any spinal tap type stories?
Okay, since it is a family show, one time we were in Holland and we go into our dressing room, and man, it stinks. Like, it just smells really bad. And we just did not know. I don't know if you've been to Holland, but they have these toilets where they're like these two level toilets. So when you go number two, it goes onto like this porcelain plate, and then when you flush it, the water comes and washes it down into the hole. But it's like the weirdest thing. So one of our technicians went in there and left us a little surprise. He went number two, and it was huge, right? and it just was sitting on this like porcelain plate, and he just left it there. He didn't flush it, and it just completely filled up the dressing room and became a big running joke, you know.
Oh boy.
That's about it. That's about as you know, PG as I can do you. Other than that, you know, there's a lot of other stories that are funnier, but we can't talk about on a family program.
Yeah. What other topics did you want to cover, mate?
Nothing, you know, that we're excited to come there. The Hellbound tour is going to go off. We've already put in 236 shows since March 1st of last year, so we're hitting on all cylinders. It's going to be a great time, so make sure you come out to the rock show and celebrate life with us.
Yeah, you've played with Fozzy a few times over the years, haven't you?
We have. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a lot of fun, and it's a great live show, and we get along really well.
Yeah. What's your favorite place to play? You don't have to say Australia, that's fine. But if you were scheduling a tour, what's one place that crops up on your tour and you think, fuck yeah, we're going back there?
Well, Australia, not because we're coming there, but because you know, it's just a different vibe. You know, you guys really, really appreciate rock and roll there, rock and roll music, and people get crazy for this band there. So we can feel that as artists, you know. That's really special for us, especially when we sat on a plane for, you know, 11 hours and we know how far away from home we are. To have that kind of response is like, that's what you dream about as a musician, you know. So we're really looking forward to that experience, and you know, we feel that as well as in Japan and Europe and the UK and stuff like that. So you know, the United States, we're pretty spoiled with you know, lots and lots and lots of live music. So when you get out of the United States, it just it's always fun for us. It's a much cooler experience.
What's one song you reckon you'll always have to play?
Crazy Bitch,
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
that's what I thought your answer was going to be.
Crazy Bitch, Sorry, and Lit Up, you know, pretty much got to do those every night for sure.
The times I've seen you when you've played Crazy Bitch, I'm just like, fuck. The crowd was just going off.
Yeah, and live we do a 9-minute version of Crazy Bitch, so you gotta come just to check that out.
Oh man, done any acting lately?
No, I haven't. I haven't been acting lately. I've been just too busy with music. But you know, if something comes my way, the right way, I got asked to do a film, an independent film, but the timing wasn't right. I had a touring obligation, so. But you know, at some point, we'll see if you know, the time and the part is right. I would love to do it again. I really enjoy it.
What's your best memory from acting?
Oh, so many great memories, but probably the best one was the first movie I did was The Salton Sea, and the first time I walked on a movie set to act was with Vincent D'Onofrio and Val Kilmer on set, and so that was pretty unforgettable for me. You know, it was a lot of fun, and also Danny Trejo, who's amazing too. You know,
See, if I walked onto a movie set or even met Val Kilmer, I'd just be dropping lines from Top Secret.
Yeah, I hung out with him a lot prior to even starting the movie, so that was crazy. We got to know each other a lot and spent some time together during that process.
Excellent. I hope some more roles come up for you that you can take, that your schedule allows.
Yes, sir. Me too.
Can I get you to do one thing for me? Give us
Sure.
the horns. Give us the horns up in the camera for me. Excellent. Thank you. Because it's important to be heavy metal about.
Yes, sir. All right.
Hey, Josh, thanks so much for taking the time to have a chat to us. And
you as well, man.
Hey, no worries, man. Hey, we're looking forward to it. When you come down, we'll say good day. Have a great time.
Okay.
I'll see you then.
See you at the rock show, buddy. Be good.
Cheers, man.